Hi Farah, I'm going to do a quick introduction of chopping with a banana that I'm going to use for a fruit smoothie. Just to go over what we've already discussed regarding knives, you can tend to tell which way the knife is, i.e. which way you're supposed to be holding it, because of the straight line that the top of the knife is, which always goes into the palm of your hand. Also, if you have your hands on the handle and slowly, very slowly, work your way up, there is almost always a lip just before the blade which would stop your hand, whereas the other one would slide up towards the back of the knife. So you can tell then which way to hold the knife. Even with a knife like I've got here, where there isn't quite a lip, a butter knife, you will still find that as your fingers move upwards, one side will go out, and one side will be flat, and that's the top end. As you can see here, just to demonstrate, move my hands up to the lip and find the straight, because that's a very straight handled knife. And this one too has a pretty obvious lip, despite having a very straight handle. There is ever so slightly a difference, but you can tend to tell just by the lip. Where you're going to keep your tools whilst you're working can also be quite important to consider. If your cutlery is all kept nicely in a safe place in your kitchen that you know exactly where it is, that's great. But if you like to have your tools out with you whilst you're preparing food, I often like to keep them on top of a piece of kitchen roll and close to the countertop edge, with the knives having their blade away from the chopping board or where I'm preparing my food. It's just optional, but as long as you know where they are and you're safe, that's great. Also, if you're not too sure where the tool may be, again, always keeping it where you know it should be, you can put your fingernails on the edge of your countertop, brush upwards to find your tools. So even if they were quite far away, have your fingertips on the edge of the countertop, brush upwards till you found what you were looking for. And as we said, with systematic searching, it is quite handy just to go upwards rather than searching randomly. So if you know that you went upwards there, you'd go back down, to the right, upwards, and you found your tools.